murder disappearance of Evelyn Hartley. October 24, 1953, Crosse, Wisconsin. It was supposed to be an ordinary Friday night in a quiet Midwestern town. 15-year-old Evelyn Hartley, a high school honor student, put on her shoes, grabbed her school books, and walked down the street to a neighbor's house. She was there to babysit, a simple job she had done many times before. But that night, Evelyn never came home. When her father went looking for her later, he found a nightmare. Her shoes and broken glasses lay in the yard. A window had been forced open. Drops of blood marked the grass. Evelyn had vanished and she was never seen again. Evelyn Hartley wasn't just any teenager. She was the daughter of Richard Hartley, a college professor at Crosse State. Bright, dependable, and kind, Evelyn was the type of girl who neighbors trusted completely. That October evening, she was babysitting the 20-month-old daughter of Professor Viggo Rasmussen, while he and his wife went out to a homecoming football game. The Rasmussen house was quiet, on the edge of town. First, everything seemed fine. Evelyn phoned her mother around 8:30 p.m. to say things were okay. But by 10:30 p.m., when her father Richard called the house to check on her, no one answered. Alarmed, he drove over himself. What he found would send chills through the community. The doors were locked. The lights were on. Inside, the baby slept unharmed. But there was no sign of Evelyn. In the basement, a small window had been forced open. Outside, in the yard, Richard found one of his daughter's shoes and her broken glasses. Near them, bloodstains dotted the grass. Something violent had happened, and Evelyn had been dragged away into the night. Police launched one of the largest searches Wisconsin had ever seen. Hundreds of volunteers scoured fields, woods, and riverbanks. Bloodhounds picked up Evelyn's scent and followed it for 2 blocks before it disappeared. Neighbors reported seeing strange cars cruising the neighborhood that night. Some said they heard screams, others recalled barking dogs. Yet nothing concrete ever emerged. Clues only deepened the mystery. At one house nearby, investigators found blood on the garage door and on a basement window. More blood was discovered in the yard of another home. It was as if Evelyn had fought desperately as she was dragged through the neighborhood, leaving behind a trail of horror before vanishing completely. Her school books were later found scattered in another yard, as if she had tried to escape. But there was no body, no weapon, and no clear suspect. Theories quickly began to swirl. Was Evelyn taken by a stranger, someone passing through Crosse that night? In the 1950s, the highways were full of drifters and truck drivers. Police questioned dozens of them, but none were ever tied to the case. Others suspected someone closer to home. Had a neighbor, or even someone she knew, lured her out? But again, there was no proof. Over the years, more sinister possibilities emerged. Some speculated that Ed Gein, the notorious Wisconsin murderer and body snatcher who inspired films like Psycho and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, might have been responsible. Gein was active during the 1950s, but investigators could never link him to Evelyn's disappearance. Another possibility was that she had been abducted by multiple attackers, a group of men, perhaps, who carried her away in a car. Some residents reported seeing a suspicious vehicle parked near the Rasmussen house that night, but no license plate was ever recorded. Every lead ended in frustration. Every suspect became a dead end. For Evelyn's family, the pain was unbearable. Her parents never stopped searching, never stopped hoping for answers. But as the years passed, hope faded. Crosse itself changed, but the memory of the girl who vanished while babysitting lingered. By the 1970s, detectives admitted that the case had gone cold. Files sat gathering dust in evidence rooms. The trail had long since gone cold. Still, Evelyn's disappearance became a haunting cautionary tale. In Crosse, parents reminded their children not to trust strangers, not to stay out late, not to open the door to anyone. And yet, from time to time, the case flickered back to life. In the 1990s, convicted murderer Ed Gein was again examined as a possible suspect, but no evidence was found. In later years, other killers were floated as possibilities, men like Clyde Peterson, who lived nearby and was later convicted of violent crimes. But again, nothing stuck. If you've stayed with me this far, please take a second to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share Evelyn's story. Your support helps us keep unsolved cases like hers alive, and maybe, one day, bring answers to her family. Now, let's continue. 70 years later, Evelyn Hartley's case remains one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries in American history. Unlike so many other disappearances, this one left behind evidence: blood, broken glasses, scattered belongings. It was clear something terrible had happened. Yet, without a body, without a confession, the truth has remained forever out of reach. Her parents died without answers. Her classmates grew old still remembering the girl who vanished on a babysitting job and never came back. And her story continues to haunt Crosse, Wisconsin, a small town forever tied to a mystery that may never be solved. Almost 70 years later, Evelyn's case is still officially open. Police files still sit in storage. From time to time, new investigators look them over, hoping for something everyone else has missed. But no breakthrough has ever come. Evelyn Hartley vanished on an October night in 1953 and became a ghost story for an entire town. What do you think really happened? Was she abducted by a stranger, taken by someone she knew, or caught in the path of a killer whose name we may never know? Share your theory in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories of unsolved crimes that still cry out for justice.